Most of people who are in toxic marriages are the people who push you to get married. The sun inutawala. My goodness, hata huwezi fungua macho vizuri. Also, I felt like chipo, so we're going to get some chips somewhere, then we come and catch up about this issue of marriage, because we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. Anyway, let's go. It's around 3 and it feels like it's around 1 or 12. It's too hot. Freaking hot. Came back home and I got some chips. Ndo easy. And I'm like, I need to make it more tasty and more nutritious. So I am doing eggs. So this is nyanya and kitungu. Then we'll do 2 eggs and mix them and just make it one. It's just so good. So I'm just going to corrugate it some more and then put my chips here. Technically, that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put my chips there and make it look like a mix of chipo and eggs and whatever. It's like chicken masala that is now just with eggs. This is the outcome. Yay! I know this looks cliche, but I promise you, it's extremely sweet. It's really sweet. Also, this is the last time I am using this cooker because my cooker is coming today. Probably this is going to come before the next video about the cooker, so check out for that. But let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. Cheers. Hey, Aki, if you've not tried this madhogodhanios, please try. It's very delicious. You have no idea. So guys, as we eat, let me bring you guys closer. Let's talk about marriage. First of all, is marriage really working? Is it working? Because the amount of time I've had separations and divorce and I'm no longer with my wife and men on our DMs and all those shenanigans, it's annoying. And you know what I think pisses us as people are not married, single people, is we get so many married men on our DMs wanting to do the most, and that gets me thinking about, is this what my husband will be doing? That, you know, the moment you're like, you believe in something and then you're like, I really would want this to work for me, but then the amount of time that you get people convincing you that it just doesn't work is like 90% compared to 10, then it brings me issue. Now, I don't have an issue with that. I still believe they're good men. I still believe they're good women. I also know they're bad men and also know they're bad women. And I tell people, it's not like men are bad, it's women, it's you as a person. What are you choosing? Because we've seen good people. We've seen marriages that have thrived. So, I'm talking about marriage because growing up, I had this belief that part of what makes me successful is to get married. Like, I want a husband, I want kids, I want a family. Like, that was tied to a success for me. And I feel like as I grow up and being in relationships, I've learned that it might come, it might not come. And that's perfectly okay. You see, the way we handle someone who is employed, and someone who is working. I feel like that's how we need to handle marriage. In that, there are people who do business, and there are people who just be employed, and they can just never do business. And we change. Beliefs come and change. Today you believe in this, tomorrow you don't believe in that. And why am I talking about this? Because I have a grandma who keeps asking me when I'm getting married. Because to her, I'm not successful until I'm married. Now, this is the other side of it. To her, when I lost my job, at some point I was working and I got sacked, but then I got another job and I resigned. So then I got into business. And to her, as long as I'm not employed, then it means I'm not successful. That's her belief. And there's no way you're gonna convince her that you're doing okay when all you're doing is business. Like she believes that a young girl like me needs to get a job for you to be successful. And if you don't have a job, she just doesn't believe anything is happening in your life. And the same case applies to if you're not married. Now, I excuse her because of her age. I excuse her because she was brought up thinking that way. But in the world we're living today, things have changed. The kind of respect, the kind of things that are happening in our mother's time during marriage and all that, in our grandmother's time, is not necessarily what is happening today. So there's a day I tried to explain to her that she was like, but you're beautiful, you get men out here. But I'm like, the man I'm looking for, I have not gotten him yet. But she just can't understand that. Because I mean, what man are you looking for? What man are you looking for? She doesn't know there are men who are narcissists. She doesn't know there are men who they're out here just trying to use women. She doesn't understand that people have changed, that situations have changed, that money has changed people, that technology has changed people, that social media has changed. So she doesn't get that part of it. And that's why I actually normally just understand her. But have you ever thought about marriage in like having a personal space, like sitting down and telling yourself, let me think about this marriage thing? And this comes back to, am I ready to get married? That's one thing that people don't look at. They're like, I want to get married. But are you ready to get married? Because marriage comes with a lot of things. And there's something I've learned, that most of people, and get this is my observation, this is something I've learned. I repeat this. Most of people who are in toxic marriages and relationships are the people who push you a lot to get married. But you see people who are in good marriages, or people who have gone through hell in a marriage and then they got another better one, or they experienced terrible relationships and they made better decisions. Those are the people who tell you, take your time. Those are the people who tell you, it will happen when it will happen. Those are the people who tell you, if it's not your time, don't force it. And this is why I don't understand why people in toxic want other people to get into that toxic environment. Because most of guys who are pushing me, who are like, hey, by the way, when are you getting married? They're in toxic relationship. Like, I look at their relationship or look at their marriage and I'm like, if this is the marriage that you want me to get into, I don't want it. I don't want it. And there's something we need to understand with people, that there are people who are patient. There are people whose patience is top notch. They can take so much bullshit and still keep going. Then there are people like Fridah. I promise you, before I get married, I need to be able to get enough patience, because I don't have it. I can't stand mediocre. I can't stand people who don't keep their words. I can't stand lies. I am so into, just be honest. It doesn't matter how much it's gonna hurt me, be honest. I need you to mean what you say. And if you don't mean it, don't say it. I also want you to be able to express yourself. And the very few people can do that. And expressing yourself means, if you feel it's gotten to a point where me and you can't work, tell me that. Don't do things that get me thinking this is not working, I want people who have experienced the dirty part of being in toxic or being in shitty relationship, of they've gone through it in life and they've taken time to learn, and then now they want to get there. And it's very hard to get such a person. It's very hard to get someone who is in sync with themselves. Very hard. Because this is something I've learned with people. They move from one relationship to another. They never take time to know what did I do wrong? Or what did I do right? What should I continue doing? What should I change? What are some of the traumas I'm trying to deal with that need to be changed? What are some of the things that actually I need to work on before committing to someone? Because marriage is a full-time job. Relationship is a full-time job. There's no way you wake up today and you're like, today I'm taking a break. You know, as long as you're dating, right? So I feel like most people don't take time to know their traumas, know what triggers them, know what they want. So many people don't know what they want. So they just want to date. I just want to get married because time is catching up. I want to get married because my mom is asking me. I want to get married because I want to get kids. And I've been privileged to engage with people who got married later in life, like at 40, 39. I've gotten the chance to speak with people who are also in good marriages. And they've told me that marriage needs a lot of sacrifice. It needs a lot of patience. It needs a lot of compromise. It needs a lot of knowing yourself. And also needs a lot of loving yourself so you can love the other person unconditionally. So, if you're not there yet, please don't get into marriage. If you are not in sync with yourself, you'll be out here ukitusumbua kwa DMs. And this applies to both men and women. I'm just talking like this because, you know, I don't date women. I date men. So, let's put this aside and just say, marriage is not for everyone. When it happens, it's gonna happen. But you've got to ask yourself whether you are ready to get married. That is a question I've been asking myself. And also taking time to know yourself. So many people don't know themselves. Yani watu wanatembea tu hawajijui. Ukiuliza what they want in life, what they value in life, what their priorities are, that is when they're like, okay, what do I value in life? That's the time they're thinking, oh, I actually need to know this. They have no freaking idea. And I feel like that's why we have so many divorces, so many separation, so many bitterness, so many people killing at each other. Simply because I wanted to get married and I got married because time was catching up because I wanted to get kids. And now I'm stuck here with kids and I can't stand this person and I hate them so much that I want to kill them and then kill them. So next time you're asking me whether I'm married, when I'm getting married, think twice. When it's gonna come, it's gonna happen. I mean, there are things I'm in control with. Like, I can control how much water I take. It's me and the water. But anything that involves someone else, that they have to make a decision also whether to marry me or not. Also, don't settle. Don't settle. Because you're gonna settle for 1 year, 2 years, and then the next 5 years you're back to looking. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, please, if you're a woman here and you're getting those questions, or if you're a man here and you're getting, when are you getting married? When are you? Trust me, they will ask that before you get married. And once you get married, no one will ever ask you whether you're happy. No one will ever ask you whether you're being treated right. No one will ever ask you whether what you wanted is what you're getting. Nobody will ever ask you that until you get divorced. And then they're like, what really happened? So marriage is a personal choice. Make it yourself. Make it for yourself. So that when it fails, you said, I did it because I wanted to do it, not because I was pushed, not because people asked me, not because time. Where? Ha! Nikule chipo yangu because, what? The kind of things we see, we women, the kind of things we see on our DMs from married men. I don't know whether that happens to men. I would like to hear, does that really happen to you guys from married women? Because, man, it's shitty. Thank you guys for catching up with this venting. Try this. Try this and please DM me and tell me what you think. Stay positive, stay focused, and see you on my next video. Yay!
I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast.